See, I have a problem thinking of a lot of these as American. Jazz, for example, came from a combination of European classical music, traditional African songs, and slave folk songs. That was not monolithic in America. It was something that belonged to a very particular race in America. That being, it descended from West African slaves and stuck with African Americans through generations. And by the time that jazz became an American thing, it also became an international thing. So it didn't originate with the whole of America, and it did not pervade the whole of America. It pervaded one particular culture in America. And even now, jazz is not monolithic among Americans. And the term rock and roll came from British mariners. It referred to the rocking and rolling of boats, and that was adopted as a term of secular black slang to mean dancing and partying, which was also innuendo for sex. And the music style, again, had its roots in black culture, not all of American culture. Some of the first accredited users of the rock and roll term and style were Duke Ellington and Trixie Smith, two African-American artists. And at no point was rock and roll considered wholly American. There was pushback in American culture against rock and roll in the 1930s, 40s, and 50s. It was criticized as not representing American values. And by the time that panic started to subside, rock had already started to evolve into other genres that once again went international. Like hard rock didn't evolve here, metal didn't evolve here, punk simultaneously evolved here and in the UK and in Australia and many other places. And folk music is uniquely non-American. All cultures have folk music. It is music based on folklore. And even if you want to call contemporary folk music, the style that came about in the 1950s, it evolved simultaneously in the US, UK, Australia, and Canada, and is still played in those territories to today. Thanksgiving is not monolithic as an American holiday. Many native peoples do not celebrate it. I wonder why. And you said that our culture is our main export, but it's certainly not something we export because it's not celebrated outside of our borders. There are other Thanksgiving celebrations in other cultures, but they originated before us. The first American Thanksgiving was recorded in 1619, but the first Canadian Thanksgiving was recorded in 1578, so that's not ours either. July 4th is American Independence Day, and Independence Day is not uniquely American. Many other countries celebrate their Independence Days and have fireworks and feasts like we do. I don't know how you could say Chinese food is uniquely American. Americanized Chinese food is different from traditional Chinese food, but it's still descended from that culture, and it's not uniquely pervasive among all Americans. That belongs to Chinese American culture, not all American culture. Barbecue also didn't evolve here. In fact, the first evidence of barbecue was found 1.9 million years ago. But smoking and cooking over fires is also not uniquely American. I'm running out of time, but I think you see my point.